If you thought the hair metal versus grunge debate from the late 80s and early 90s was over, you may be shocked to hear it is still happening in 2022, thanks to a recent New York Times interview with Pearl Jam frontman Eddie Vedder. In the interview, Vedder was asked if he thought there were any ripples from the Gen X culture explosion extending to the present. Vedder replied saying, "You know, I used to work in San Diego loading gear at a club. I'd end up being at shows that I wouldn't have chosen to go to, bands that monopolized the late 80s MTV. The metal bands that, I'm trying to be nice, I despised. Girls, Girls, Girls and Motley Crue? Fuck you. I hated it. I hated how it made the fellas look. I hated how it made the women look. It felt so vacuous. Guns N' Roses came out and thank God at least had some teeth. But I'm circling back to say that one thing that I appreciated was that in Seattle and the alternative crowd, the girls could wear their combat boots and sweaters, and their hair looked like Cat Powers and not Heather Locklear's. Nothing against her. They weren't selling themselves short. They could have an opinion and be respected. I think that's a change that lasted. It sounds so trite, but before then it was bustiers. The only person who wore a bustier in the 90s that I could appreciate was Perry Farrell." Now, after reading the interview, one member of Motley Crue decided to reply back with a tweet of his own. Bass player Nikki Sixx said, "Made me laugh today reading how much the singer in Pearl Jam hated Motley Crue. Now, considering that they're one of the most boring bands in history, it's kind of a compliment, isn't it?" But Sixx was not done there. Afterwards, some Pearl Jam fans replied with their own messages to Sixx, and he replied back to a few of them. One fan said that she would recommend Pearl Jam to help soothe a baby to sleep. Sixx replied saying, "Or just sing to the baby with marbles in your mouth. Very zen." Another fan said that Motley Crue was lame and only had 3 mid-level songs at best. Sixx replied back saying, "Remember, there were zillions of brown-haired bands for brown-haired fans. Go find them. You will know them by the bored look on their face." So, what side of the music fence are you on? Hair metal bands like Motley Crue? Or the grunge side with bands like Pearl Jam? Let us know in the comments below. That's your latest update from Rockfeed. Be sure to click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on future stories. Check out the recommended videos on your screen and visit rockfeed.net for more.